James Turner had only gone to write, but what was waiting for him there was beyond words. If there was a knock on your door at exactly 3:15 in the morning, and there were no footprints outside, what would you do? Everyone who looks in that mirror sees something other than themselves. Because some mirrors don't just show a reflection, sometimes they reveal the truth. Now sit back, relax, have a cup of tea and coffee. Let's get started. James Turner, a 37-year-old writer, lost his wife, Lauren, in a horrific car accident just a year ago. Since then, his life had come to a complete halt. Every aspect of the city, the streets, the music, the silence, evoked memories of Lauren. One day, while browsing the internet, he came across an ad for an abandoned home near Black Pine Lake in Montana. There was something about the old, blurry pictures that drew him in. He thought that if he went there alone, he might be able to start writing again. Maybe even heal. Without telling anyone, he packed his bags and left. The cottage looked fine from the outside, but as soon as he stepped inside, something felt wrong. No matter how warm it was outside, it was always colder inside. The walls were cracked, and the floor was marked with strange old stains. But the most unsettling feature was the massive mirror across from the fireplace. It appeared embedded into the wall, its frame sealed into the surrounding stone. When James looked into the mirror, he saw himself, but his reflection reacted a split second too late. The first night was quiet. He lit the fireplace, opened his notepad, and began to write. But at exactly 3:15 a.m., there was a knock at the door. 3 knocks. Thud, thud, thud. James froze. The cabin was in the middle of nowhere. How could anyone be out here? It was still snowing. He opened the door. No one. But on the floor, there were barefoot tracks leading into the house. Wet and fresh, pressed into the snow that had drifted inside. But no tracks led back out, only in. The next morning, he tried to rationalize everything. He could have been sleepwalking. Maybe it was all just a dream. But when night fell, it happened again. 3:15 a.m. A knock. Footprints. But this time, when he looked into the mirror, he didn't see himself. He saw someone else. A face pale as bone. Empty, hollow eye sockets. No mouth. A shaved head. It slowly tilted its head to the right and smiled. James screamed and threw a blanket over the mirror. He didn't sleep at all that night. The next day, he went into town and stopped at a small, dusty library. When he asked about the cabin, the locals fell silent. No one wanted to talk about that place. Only an elderly librarian dared to speak. She pulled an old newspaper clipping from a drawer. The headline read, 1982, eyeless body found in Blackwood cabin. I saw it in the mirror, he said, before taking his own life. The old woman leaned closer and whispered, no one sees themselves in the mirror when they enter that cabin. It reveals the truth, and the truth is different for everyone. Some see their madness, some their guilt, and some the thing inside them. That night, James sat in front of the mirror. He spoke to it. What do you want from me? The mirror slowly began to fog. Then a sentence appeared in the misted glass. You're right. I arrive. 3:15. The knocking returned. Thud, thud, thud. James didn't open the door, but a thin, black shadow slipped under it. The mirror began to vibrate violently, then shattered. A hand reached out from within the broken glass. The next morning, a forest warden visited the cabin. There was no sign of James, but by the fireplace, a voice recorder was still running. The last recording captured James's voice. If you're hearing this, don't go there. Don't step foot in that cabin. Don't look into the mirror. And if someone knocks at 3:15, never, ever, open the door. Then came another voice. Cold, whispering, I'm already inside. Did you think it was over when the mirror broke? What if I told you that's when it really started? Friday night, there's another knock at the door. Episode 2, coming this Friday. Don't open the door.